Good evening, everyone. Hi, I am Rebecca from ChemKnits, and tonight we are going to ply the yarn that we have been spinning in our Spin into Gold series. I'm just double checking that things are working all right. Oh, awesome, perfect. I just set up the channel page to that way when I do a live stream or I have a scheduled live stream that will show up so that way you can all see it and be, I guess, more easily notified or plan around the streams. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for joining me. So over the last, it's really been 2 live streams, but was it yesterday? Yesterday's live stream was split into 2 because, I don't know, I accidentally interrupted it in the middle. But anyway, in the previous live streams, we spun 2 bobbins worth of singles. Each of these are 100 grams, and the base was Stroll Fingering Roving from Knit Picks. I dyed the roving in an episode of Dye Pot Weekly. I forget off the top of my head what episode number it is, but the link to to where I dyed the roving is in the video description, along with the links to the other, to when I was spinning the singles and some affiliate links to the bare roving and everything else. Oh no, Big Bang Theory is on? Sorry, I guess evening television is back after a long break. I think I like The Good Place, so that's something that I'm probably missing that I'll have to catch later. Oh yes, go get your wheel and join in and join along and spin along with me. Julia, I hope that the link for the video and stuff worked better for you this time. But when I dyed the roving, it was in 3 color sections. There was a bluish purple, a pink in the middle, which you can't see right now, and then this orange. Because our sponsor Marjorie had Lucas, who is 4 years old, pick the colors for the roving, and he picked his favorite colors, which are orange, pink, and purple. So in the first set of singles, I spun the blue, then the pink, then the orange. On the second bobbin, I started with the pink and then spun the orange and then the blue. So now when I ply them together, the colors should line up and give us cool twists, but without, having, we should have 2 different colors kind of lining up at the same time. Now, I don't know how evenly I spun, and so there might be some solid sections in there, but I think it'll look really cool. I haven't quite done a yarn this way before, so I think it'll be really, really nice. Ooh, yeah, you're gonna knit a shawl and then dye it? That sounds amazing. Okay, but before I forget, I wanna check the thickness of these singles and use my wraps per inch tool. So that way we can get a better sense of just how thick my singles were. And I have a feeling that we will end up with like a heavy worsted weight yarn. Okay. So I think it's probably more accurate if you wrap more than 1 inch, but to be expedient, I'm just going to do 1. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12-ish. So this is probably like a DK weight. The first one we did was about a DK weight single. And then the second one, let's see how many wraps we get. There's a lot of variability in these, so that's okay. Again, I'm not counting quite right now. Yeah, the second one I did is a bit thinner, I think. So it's about 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. This one's about 14 wraps in 1 inch, which would also be about a DK weight singles. So I am capable of spinning thinner singles, but my goal was to get a minimum of worsted weight in the 2-ply. You can always use a pencil or something to mark off an inch to test your wraps per inch. Sure, I mean, I forget, I don't know where I got, this is the card for the WPI toolkit that I have. So I'm not sure exactly where I bought it from, which would maybe be helpful, but since I have this, I like to try to use it. And it also gives me a handy spot, like since the card is very visible in my knitting kit, it gives me a nice spot to save this hook for when I'm setting up the spinning. Okay, so both of them are about a DK weight. I think that the first one I said was about 12 wraps per inch and the second was 14. Ooh, a spiral die. Oh, a spiral die on the shawl. That's awesome. So where did I get this tool? I'll have to go back and look. I'll try to look it up after the stream. I think it's Nancy's Knit Knacks. And I've had this for a while. I forget if I got this. I don't know if I got this from Knit Picks or if I got this from Woolry when I was ordering maybe some accessories for the wheel or something. But I got this pretty early on when I had the wheel. I'm sure that you can find WPI tool, which stands for wraps per inch, if I didn't say already. I'm sure that they can be found many places. You think that someone thinks Knit Pick sells them? Oh, hold on, guys. Yes, Lucas, honey.
Can you put my blankets?
No, Daddy will do it when he comes back in from shoveling, honey. Okay. Excuse me one moment. I have a technical mommy difficulty right up. I will be right back. Keith is outside shoveling. Okay. Hey, Lucas, guess what? Mommy's doing a ChemKnits video right now. Because that's what I'm doing, so I will hold the camera on. Good night, honey. All right, I'm coming back. I was hoping that he would be asleep by now, but with Keith shoveling, I'm the only one here to help. All right, yeah, he's fine. He just wanted to be recovered with his blankets. We're in the middle of a blizzard. Ooh. As you can see, oh, you can't see my windows. My windows are covered in snow. We're in the middle of a bit of a blizzard. This is live right now. Yeah. So we're in the middle of a bit of a blizzard and it's windy, and so that's keeping him up. Oh gosh. Okay, so if I missed, there's a lot of you guys on the chat tonight, which is awesome. If I miss a question, just ask again because I won't always see them pop up. So, all right, I've got my wheel set up and I've got a bobbin for tonight. And I now forget if there was something else I said I was going to say at the start of the stream. But if you ever want to spin or dye along with me, I get most of my bare yarns from Knit Picks. That's where I've gotten them for years. And I became an affiliate this fall, and my link's in the description. Yeah, at least a foot. We have at least a foot. I shoveled just like a quick emergency path earlier. And, oh gosh, we're going to get sub-zero temperatures sometime tomorrow. Which, if you follow me on Facebook, you know that I've already had some drains freeze. And I discovered today, actually, that the drain in a bathtub upstairs is froze as well. Our house, has about a 2-foot overhang on the second floor from the first. And that tub's against that wall, so it gets cold. And it's only a problem because I was going to use it for snow dyeing. And so I had to then move to a tiny corner shower stall where I had to move the camera to climb in, and there were some acrobatics involved. But I wasn't live, so that was okay. Oh dear. How long did it take to get good at spinning? I don't know. Am I good at spinning? I'm only being slightly facetious here. I still consider myself pretty much a novice spinner. Like I can make something, oh, and I need to tilt this a bit more. Okay. I can make like a pretty even yarn. I can go thin, but I can't spin perfect lace weight singles yet. So I'm still learning, and the more you spin, I think the better you get. But I found that the wheel is so much easier than the drop spindle. I started on a drop spindle, and when I was spinning consistently on that, maybe it's in my chest, I'm not sure. When I started spinning consistently from the drop spindle, I was like, I really, really wanted a wheel. And I thought that the wheel would take a while to get used to, but it's easier because you don't have to manage the gravity and wrapping the yarn around the shaft of the drop spindle. There's more variables, it feels like, whereas here you can really focus with two hands on drafting. So starting with the drop spindle was totally worth it because it helped me learn. And also, it's a much, as far as an investment goes, then you can figure out what you like before you make a bigger purchase of a wheel. Or you get lucky and you get a nice wheel as a gift. So, I haven't introduced this is Sandry. She is a Kromsky Fantasia. And I think she is about 5 years old now. And I love her because she's got a really small footprint. So it's really easy for me to put in a closet. A lot of people, a lot of spinners will like these as their like travel wheel. It's maybe not as impressive if you're going to do like a spinning demonstration at a show or something. But it is like really easy, I think, to bring with, like you can get a carrying case for it to bring with you somewhere. All right. How tightly should you wrap your yarn when checking the wraps per inch? I wrap pretty loosely. It says, because you're supposed to like twist it versus wrapping around it. And, so you're supposed to put it in the groove and roll it. And I try to do it pretty loosely. And I don't like try to jam the yarns in. I mean, this tool goes all the way to 3 inches, so you probably should like wrap all the way and then count, but I'm a little lazy and I know that my yarns are pretty uneven. The wheels are a dream, but if you can get to like some kind of show or yarn expo where you can try one out, I recommend, try before you buy. But I think Kromsky is also pretty responsive. I feel like I had to contact them with a question or something pretty early on. I love Plying. It just goes so fast. And with a drop spindle, I never really plied my yarns, mainly because I think that I didn't realize that I could do like the wind a center pull ball and then ply the two ends together. So I have a lot of this single ply yarns that I made on the drop spindle that I have to knit with. But unfortunately, I didn't have as much yardage as I really wanted. And so that's why some of them haven't turned into finished garments yet. Let's see, I think there was a question. Oh, you guys are talking about all your wheels. Yeah, I mean, this is literally the only spinning wheel I have ever tried. I went to, it was, I think, Midwest Fiber and Folk. That was somewhere in, I guess, probably northwestern Illinois or north central Illinois. And, one of the booths had one and sat me down and let me try it. And I was like, oh. And I just started going. And I was like, this was much easier than I thought. I mean, it was pretty intimidating when I had to build the wheel and put it together. But other than that, it wasn't so bad. Yeah, there's so many spinners on tonight. It's great. I've had some people contact me recently who said that they bought their first drop spindle or something, and I think that's awesome. I wanted to start spinning in the first place because since I had been dyeing yarn, I knew that spinning was just another way for me to be able to manipulate the color. And, with Okay, and hopefully this time I'm going to do this without interrupting the stream. But if I do interrupt the stream, I will bring it back. But I just wanted to show you what this yarn is looking like and just how cool it is with these twists. Maybe I should come around this way so I'm not blocking the light. There we go. So you can see it's just so pretty. And the colors are actually looking a tiny bit washed out. But there's just so much depth from when you're making your own 2-ply yarns that you just can't you can't achieve something like these twists when you're doing hand-dyed yarns unless you're going to spin it together. Oh no, your Fantasia fell apart really quickly. I've been pretty lucky. I mean, I don't know how many miles I've put on this. I did in the last live stream have to do some repairs because the wheel itself was behaving a little, it was wobbling a bit, but yeah, I've been pretty lucky. I've snapped a lot of brake bands, but I think those are pretty inexpensive. I just replaced it with some twine because I didn't like there's one I bought from Woolry that I wasn't a huge fan of. And I snapped the drive band, which is this, you can't even really see it, this clear piece over here. But otherwise, she's held together pretty well. I think it would be hard for me to justify getting another wheel anytime soon. I actually have a Lazy Kate, a Kromsky Lazy Kate that I haven't used yet. I need to pull that out and do some 3-ply yarns that aren't just chain plying. I've got more wheels that I need. Oh man, repairing antique wheels, that would be cool. Okay, so here's a question, since we've got a lot of spinners on. In Sleeping Beauty, she pricked her finger on a spindle and fell asleep. Now, my wheel doesn't have anything sharp that I could prick my finger on. So, if anyone could tell me a little bit about that, that would make this Disney fan happy. Not to mention that if a whole kingdom gets rid of all the spinning wheels, what on earth are they going to do for textiles? You know, they're going to have to trade, and that would be very expensive. Maybe a quill spindle. Yeah, so that's not, I mean, I think that maybe some things had like a sharp point spinning on a dastiff. You need a spindle wheel, great wheel. Okay. Huh, all right. Because, yeah, I was just like, what's the purpose of it? I think the spindle is what was used instead of a bobbin on the older wheels. Like a quill spindle. Yeah, because that's something that I've always just been very curious about. Because I'm a big fan of that movie. You had to manually wrap your yarn onto a sharp, pointy stick thing. Oh, so maybe it was more similar to like with a drop spindle when you had to stop and wrap the yarn around. So it wasn't auto-feeding. I guess it makes sense that that would be a newer innovation. So that the wheel, so rather than using gravity, you had a wheel and then there was a spindle that you had to wrap around. Oh, okay. So like a pedal-powered drop spindle. But for some reason it was sharp. Spinning flax and cotton spins out onto a sharp metal point. Interesting. I haven't tried spinning cotton yet. I have some. They get it wrong in the movie. She pricks her finger on a dastiff. Okay. Well, I don't think it's just the movie. I think that it's also like other books and stuff that I had. But now that I've been doing more spinning, I feel a need to like go reread Rumpelstiltskin and some of these other classic spinning tales. But I giggle whenever I have some Maleficent clothing, and so I just giggle because I'm like, you know, if my kids touch my spinning, they'll wish they were asleep for 100 years. Have you spun bulky yarns? I have spun a couple bulky yarns. I find it harder to do. So I'm using an additional whirl. So the whirl that came with the wheel, this is the one that came with the wheel. And I think the ratios are 1:5 and 1:8. So I'm spinning on a 1:10 ratio right now. And even on the slower whirls, I have trouble with the uptake. I have like a jumbo orifice, and I'm blanking on what these are called. I have the jumbo kit for spinning bulkier yarns, but I struggle with it a bit with this wheel, just to feed it through and get it onto the bobbin. But which is a shame because I do like doing super chunky yarns. I've been planning for ages, and I forgot to put it on my birthday list for my husband. I want to buy, you can get a jumbo flyer and jumbo bobbins from Kromsky, and I want that because then, I mean, not that hasn't much to do with the bulky yarns, but then I'd be able to fit more onto the bobbin because I'm nervous about 200 grams onto one of the standard bobbins tends to be a bit close. If I start teaching spinning yarn to gold, you're in. Deal. You got a Fantasia for Christmas? Yay! Yeah. So you'll see that towards the end, I will really start to struggle. Occasionally, I have to call it and then like break the yarn, but it always just pains me when I have a continuous yarn to have to cut it. It makes me sad. And I'm not doing the best. Ooh, I'm probably gonna get ready for the next color change. I can see, I guess you can't really see what's on the floor. I'm approaching the end of the blue and the end of the orange. We'll see how those line up. But my bobbin's already looking really full. So, but it's funny. So when I broke the break band, I was pretty disappointed in myself for breaking it. And then I got one that was smooth, and it just kept snapping. So I had some twine that came with the gift tags I use on the yarn that I give out, and that's been working. This twine is working amazingly well. So we'll see if I struggle as much towards the end. Da Vinci invented the flyer and bobbin system? Oh, I had no idea. Before that time, all wheels were spindle wheels. At least with the Kiwi, the standard bobbin says 4 ounces. Yeah, I've got probably about 8 ounces. 200 grams, I don't know off the top of my head. Yeah, the uptake is not great, but oh yeah, sorry. I think that you guys might have trouble posting links. If you want to post the link to the article on the replay, I can then go and approve it so that way people can see it. Yeah, sometimes in the chat, it doesn't like people posting links because it thinks it's spam. And with you think in ounces rather than grams? Yeah. It's funny. I think in with my science background, I think in grams. It's a lot more, I guess, natural for me than thinking in ounces. And so the conversion is hard. And so when it comes to shipping stuff, I'm always like, all right, I need to think. I mean, I have a scale that converts things. So double drive wheels have a better tension adjustment. The only way you can make a Scotch tension less aggressive is by using crochet cotton instead of the standard hemp cord. Oh, interesting. I haven't thought to try cotton. Maybe I'll have to do that next time. And okay, so we've transitioned on one. I missed it. We've transitioned to the pink on one, but still the blue on the other. So that's kind of nice because we'll have, like, there's not going to be any orange. The orange ran out before the blue, so we're not going to have any double orange section right here. So we'll see. I almost missed it before I realized I was like, oh wait, it's pink now. That's kind of fun because I think blue and pink will also be what we have at the end. I think. Sometimes I just lose track of what's in the bobbins as I'm chatting and spinning and so this is my first time spinning with the stroll roving, and I really, really like it. I found that it spins up really easily. It feels strong. It doesn't feel like it's going to pull apart. It's fluffy and super, super soft. I like the Wool of the Andes roving and the Wool of the Andes worsted weight lines. Like, I find those comfortable for me to wear, like, on my head and as scarves and stuff. Some other people are a little more sensitive to things like that. But, and I find that, like, it spins really nicely. But I consider the Wool of the Andes and the Peruvian Highland wool kind of like my workhorse yarn. I use it for a lot of things, but it's not necessarily one I would consider like a luxury. And so, ooh, the pink and orange is actually reading very pink. The color, it's very subtle, but really, really pretty. Here, let me try to bring you guys close so you can see. Eek. All right. So can you see the subtleness of the pink and orange here? And then we've got some of the blue pink that came in our transition, and then the blue orange that was our first big bit. Oh yeah, so since I have you guys on the camera, so the singles, okay, I can't see. Am I showing? No, okay, there we go. Ish. I can't see the camera on the front, and my computer's on a delay. So the singles are on the floor. So it's kind of like an attached lazy Kate type thing. And so then I can pull directly from those as I'm spinning. Oh no, Knitpicks doesn't ship the spinning wheels to Canada? I'm sorry. I'm I feel like I've learned more about like international shipping and stuff in the last few months than I've ever known. But I'm sorry that they don't ship it to Canada. Maybe because they're big. I don't know. Does Woolery ship to Canada? I'm not sure what other suppliers there are of it. I know that I usually share the Knitpicks link because I'm an affiliate now, but also because that's where we purchased my wheel from, and it's a gift from my husband and his parents for my birthday one year. Check Etsy. Oh, I guess Etsy might sell some wheels. And Superflyer from Yarn Canada. Woolery charges a lot to Canada, I believe. Yeah, probably because shipping to Canada, given that we're so close to a lot of Canada, and a lot of times I'm physically closer to many, many places in Canada than I am in the U.S. It's like a lot more expensive. Okay, but see, now you can start to hear my wheel start to struggle a bit more already, and I'm probably not even half done. It just struggles with maybe I should redo. Come on, guys. It's really early for you to be struggling with the tension. There we go. I like to treadle quickly. I know some other people treadle a lot slower, but I need to watch more spinning videos to get some tips. You can see her wobbling. Oh, is the wheel itself wobbling again? No, not as bad as before. Could be my floor. So the floors in my house are not level at all. Oh, it's sometimes a bit of an issue with some doors and whatnot. Well, oh, funny that. Yeah. Yeah, my floors. So things wobble, but I'm excited this year to try out some new spinning techniques. I got some chroma, which is a single ply yarn from Knit Picks, some chroma worsted, and I plan to ply it with some silk thread, and then I want to dye it. And I'm curious how the silk thread might take up dye differently, and I think it could look really cool. I also have some black chroma worsted that I thought that I would do the same kind of thing, and so we could get like a, you know, maybe if the silk shows up well enough, we could get some, like, I think it could be a really, really cool effect. But yeah, you can really see the wobbling on the yarn in my hand, but I'm glad it's at least taking it up okay. I mean, she's sounding a bit wobbly, but as long as things are taking up all right. If you want someone with super duper spinning knowledge, Lithuanian Fiber Arts on Twitch. Oh, okay, awesome. I don't spend a lot of time over on Twitch. You got your Fantasia at Woolery, and you're ordering another wheel from them. Oh yeah, I'm always bad at checking for. Actually, I got a lot of the first fibers I ever spun. Because on Ravelry, I was asking someone about their favorite fibers to spin, and someone who lived maybe an hour and a half tops away from me offered me a huge bag of fiber that she got from her first spinning teacher, and just asked that, you know, someday I pay it forward. And so that was just super, super generous and helpful for me to learn on. And I've gone through at least half of it. There's some things that I've been saving. Like I think that there's some cotton fiber in there that I want to play with. But I've been dyeing a lot of the fibers are all natural. Natural colors. So I've been having a lot of fun dyeing some of them as well. Like the fiber that I used for the very first Breaking Black comparison video that I did came from this generous spinner. So, yeah. But let's see. Oh, thank you. I'll try to, I'll save the chat. I can I'll copy and since you guys have had a lot of good suggestions and stuff, I can copy and paste the live stream chats into like a Google document, so then I can go back and look. But yeah, I'll have to follow her on Twitter. I need to just look more. I think I shared the link after the fact last time. I've got a book that has a lot of suggestions of different ways to spin yarn, and I just need to learn more because I've never gone, the only time someone in person has ever helped me was at the fiber fair. And other than that, I've mostly just been going by feel. And so I know that there's a lot, like I haven't filmed specific like how to spin videos because, you know, I think that there's a lot in my technique that isn't necessarily perfect, but part of this is to show that like it's very relaxing. I mean, obviously I'm not even looking at what I'm doing right now because I'm looking at the camera, but if I can do it, you can too. And so it's worth trying. But if you're not sure if it's something you'll love, start with a drop spindle. They're harder to start with. In fact, it's been so long since I've used a drop spindle, I'm not even entirely I'm not even entirely sure if I could use one right now. Yeah, because it's just been so. It's been so long since I've tried one. I'm not sure if I would be able to use a drop spindle, but maybe I'll try on one of these streams to bring it out and see if I can pick up the rhythm again. Because once I got into it, that was actually pretty relaxing as well. I know tension. I love my drop spindle. You're the one who has to, yeah. Oh, I'm glad I'm your dye guru. A new spin on color. Okay, that sounds like a great recommendation for a book. For a second, because I just saw myself say no, and I was like, oh no, did it pause? Because the other day when I accidentally minimized the YouTube window on my phone, and then it came back and it said I was still live, but the stream it wasn't streaming for some reason, and so that was stressful. All right, on my bobbins, I am starting to see the final colors. So we'll see how much more I'll be able to fit onto this bobbin. Oh no. Eek, okay. This didn't go too far. I think the thing's slipped. No. All right, bear with me a minute as I fix this. I now have yarn in my mouth, and no, stop, wheel. Always an adventure. Okay. Okay. All right. I've got use of my mouth again. Sorry, everyone. If you're looking to do some experiments with your drop spindle. Oh, cool. You should try it with lace weight. I still have yet to do I think I need to replace this guy. Oh no. It's slipping. So maybe it's time to get another one of those dudes. Wait a minute. Oh, come on. Oh. Hi, honey, I'm live and messing up my yarn. All right. We're going to just do this manually. And then, thanks for shoveling. All right. I think I'm about back in business, everybody. All right. Yay. Except I've got a little, random twisty dude there. Okay. Now I think I'm back in business. And, so, this is the thing. I always feel like anytime anything gets so thin that it's just going to snap. So, maybe I should make a goal of the new year to really try to do lace weight singles. I have really fast whirls, and I think I might do I just need to make sure I go slow, and any tips? I don't know why it held up for review. Lace weight, lots of twist. And then I guess I worry that it wouldn't feel soft still, but like that it would feel hard, but I just need to go for it. And wait, did we transition to color, and yay! It's slightly off cycle, but this one, so I hit the blue before I finished up the orange. So, hi honey. So that's actually kind of nice. So there aren't actually going to be any solid color sections in this yarn, except if we end up with like one bobbin finishing before the other, in which case we will have some, if one bobbin finishes first, then we'll end up with probably, it looks like we might get some solid pink 2-ply that I'd spin at the end. But that's okay. That's okay. Unless you put in too much twist. Yeah, I think I'm pretty bad about doing an over twisting. I usually set the twist with hot or warm water and then let it dry on the Niddy Noddy. The twist keeps it from breaking when you spin for lace. Yeah. You need the lightest take up on the tension. Okay. Speaking of tension, maybe let's put a tiny bit more over here and then go. See, this is where we'll really start to see me struggle a bit as I try to like get as much yarn as possible onto this bobbin. But this is why if I get the jumbo, I think if I get the jumbo flyer, that'll help out a lot. You need another close-up? All right, let's see. Sounds good. Yeah, I'm hoping that with I've got a new webcam, and then I'm hoping that when I start using that, there we go, that maybe I'll be able to set something up so I can have a camera on my face and then also a camera like closer up, like more zoomed in on my hands and the bobbin, so that way, maybe something more at like this level, so that way you can see me spin, and then a second camera, so that way I can talk to you. But I don't know if, I don't think that there's a way for me to use both my phone and the webcam, so maybe I'll need to get a second webcam. Because the laptop would be harder for me to get at face level, but I'll figure something out so I can try to do a 2-camera setup. Yeah, feel free to ask for close-ups. I'm more than happy. All right, so we're at our blue-pink finish. I'm really excited to see how this one's going to look on the Niddy Noddy. Even if I end up with some extra probably pink. Oops, I need to increase. Yeah, you can see mine getting very, very full. If I end up with just some extra solid pink, I'll save that and probably do that off camera, so that way I can wind onto the Niddy Noddy. Yes, I love doing twists a lot. They're some of my favorites. Yeah, these aren't feeling that empty. Come on. But there we go. Is this yarn for me? No, this yarn is for my Spin into Gold backer, Marjorie, who backed for a custom hand-dyed and hand-spun yarn. And so I am very appreciative for that support. Well, actually, I appreciate all of your support. I mean, just hanging out with me on a live stream is a lot of support as well. And so, yeah, I felt very, very lucky. And I knew that I had a lot of people watch my videos, but I didn't realize the extent to... Yeah, this is definitely... I feel like it's definitely sliding as I'm going. I didn't realize how much actual support that I had, and so thank you, all of you, who tune in or comment on the video or even just watching and not commenting or anything. I really, really appreciate it. And it inspires me to do... Whoa, no! Hey, I caught it before it went totally out of control. I wonder if there's a way to make those guys not slip as bad. I guess I just need a... I guess another reason for me to place a wool reorder. I need to replace those and... which I guess after 5 years isn't so bad. I have the jumbo rings that come for spinning bulky yarns, but those you have to thread the yarn through, and so versus being like a hook. So I prefer the hook style. Yeah, we're totally slipping constantly. That is annoying, and so I need to just replace those guys or maybe add some rubber cement to the inside so they stick a bit. Aw, thank you. So what's slipping are these dudes. Whatever they're called. I think they're just loose. So the tension is just causing them to slip off the flyer, which then right now is just making things get a bit stuck. So they're not staying where I put them. I don't know what you call them, hooks. But I'm nearing the end of the first one I spun. Whoops. Ish. Yeah, it won't stay. You little piece of peace. But I am also trying to squeeze every last yard that I can onto here. Oh! Keith does bedtime for our kids all the time. Enough that like my 4-year-old will melt down if I have to do bedtime for some reason, because it's a special daddy time. I know, and well, Keith was supposed to be in Chicago tonight. But because of the snowstorm, he got to stay here. Yay! Yay! I'm glad you're spinning now. And there's no bigger compliment than being someone's inspiration. I love it when I get all sent pictures of the stuff that you guys dye and stuff. And so I'm so excited to start. Well, unfortunately, tomorrow is a snow day, again, because I wanted to, tomorrow I was going to make the stock solutions for my jacquard acid dyes, but I don't really want to do that while the kids are in the house, because I want to have time to clean up and, okay, see you later, honey. I want to have time to clean up and do things slowly and see how it goes, but yeah, so with the snow day, that just isn't going to happen tomorrow, which makes me sad. So hopefully next week there will be no snow. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. Yeah, so I know the video when I first got my wheel, and I was like, I have to film a dyeing video like that. It was fun to show like my genuine like joy and excitement, because I think I was gonna do a different kind of dyeing video that day or something, and I didn't know the wheel was coming, and I think that it was probably supposed to have been held for my actual birthday or maybe even Christmas, but since we lived in Illinois and we're gonna do Christmas in Massachusetts, you know, but it said on the box what it was. So I go and I was like, what's this? And I turn it around and I just like started freaking out. And so that was really awesome. Okay, let's see if I can squeeze some more. Like, I'm so close. I'm so close to fitting this all on this bobbin, but we are getting quite full. Quite full. Oh, come on. You can do it. You can do it, Sandry. It's like the little bit of coaxing. And see now, like I'm physically touching the yarn, so that's part of the issue. Let's come down here. There's a little more space. Maybe I should just go slow. It's not in my nature to go slow. Talk nice to the wheel, it likes it. Yeah. So I don't know if any of you guys read Tamora Pierce, but she actually shares my birthday. And back in the day, she actually would correspond with me in email, and I did a computer programming camp one summer, and I made a fan page, and she had linked to it from her she linked to it from her website at one point, and so that was a big deal. But anyway, the wheel is named after one of the characters in... Okay. I did it again. Bear with me. No! Okay. Well, sorry, guys. Yeah, I probably should give up, but I've got only like I know it's only a couple more yards. A couple more yards before I finish one of these bobbins, and I'm determined to do the best I can to fit it all on. You'd hold the yarn in your toes to keep your hands free. It's only an issue because I'm trying to talk to you guys too while I'm doing this. Although when I started humming, I realized I was like, uh-oh, I don't know if I could get in trouble for like humming these songs because I don't have the rights. Things you only think about once. Oh dear. Okay, so I think what I might need to do is just, come on. Okay, just to show you how much is left on this bobbin, there's like nothing. I mean, I think I can almost, well, except I wouldn't be able to reach the petals. I'm tempted to almost just like wind this around something else. Like, I swear, there's not very many yards left. Come on. There's not very many yards left. You guys believe in me, right? You know I can do it. I'm determined. Nope. Okay, come on. Sandry, we can do this. I believe in you. Yeah, we're so close. So close to the end. I'm not getting any uptake at all right now. But I don't want to have a mini skein. Okay, let's see. Okay. Uh-oh. There we go. No, that's not going to work, is it? I was hoping that I could, like... that's about. All right, I was hoping, oops, and that doesn't have a lot of twist right there. I might have a short section with under twist. Okay, but I'm almost there. Yep, I have a section that I totally under twisted. Oh dear. Oh no. I don't think I've ever tried pushing it this much, but I am so determined. So determined. Oh my. Yeah, see, okay. Now I legitimately I'm at the end. That dude off. Oops. Okay, just wrap it around. I need scissors. There we go. Now I'm just feeling sorry for the section that I under twisted, but it's worth it because is that an overfull bobbin or what? Yeah, hopefully the twist will balance out, or I can like finagle it a little bit. If my battery is doing fine, I'll wind it now. But so I just want to show you that I definitely spun the yarn thinner the second time around. That's one problem with waiting weeks in between two sections. So this is what's left. And what I'll do with this at some point is I'll wind this into a center pull ball with a ball winder. And then I will just make a short 2-ply pink mini skein. But I'm really digging this blue and pink a lot. I think that that's so, so, so pretty. Can I see? Oh, good. I've got plenty of battery. So yeah, I'll wind this onto the Niddy Noddy right now. But first, actually, let's see. And I'll deal with those guys later. All right, let's see how we did. Go ahead and wind 2 whole inches. All right, so 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So that's 7, which gives us heavy worsted. It's about, so there we go. Heavy worsted weight yarn. And now, if you haven't seen my video on, ooh, this is not my favorite one because it's not shifting nicely. Okay, this is the, I have 2 homemade Niddy Noddies, and one of them I actually sanded the edges down, and the other one I haven't, and is newer. So I have, my favorite and whatnot, but the PVC pipe Niddy Noddies, I think cost like less than $6 each to make. Just in terms of pipe, and you could even, if you're making them for yourself, you could probably even get Home Depot to do the cuts for you. But I have a video on the pieces that I used for it. So, hee. Yeah, I'm glad you were able to join. So, yeah, we'll see if, maybe I'll stand up for a little bit. I don't see the under twisted section yet, but maybe it'll even out as I tend to do a little too much twist. Like the the yarns will typically, and I guess you can't see because it's near the floor, they will typically like twist up on themselves, which I guess means I have too much twist. But when I wet the yarns, then they relax, and so it works nicely. Trying to keep an eye out for, hey, I guess it did just even out, because I didn't notice the super low twist area come through. And I'm pretty sure it was in this pink and blue section, so hooray! All right, we're getting to a nice color transition. Pulling in some orange. And I think that Marjorie said that she's planning to do a hat with this. So hopefully we'll get some pictures at some point. That would be awesome. For Kickstarter backers, in the most recent update, I gave a link to a forum where you can submit pictures of stuff you've made with the yarns I've dyed. So I plan to, at some point, do some slideshows where people have shared the projects so you guys can see what some of the hand-dyed yarns turn into. And I just shared the link today, and I already have 2 submissions. So I'm excited. One is of a roving that I dyed that was spun and then knit into a swatch, or actually it looked like a hexapuff. If any of you have been working on the hexapuff quilt. And then there's another dip dyed yarn that turned into a hat, and so I'm really excited by both of those. It's always a good idea to be about 3 to 4 yards away from your bobbin to balance the yarn. Ah. Well, then, push it further away, push me a little further away. That's a handy tip, thank you. When I started off, because I didn't have any kind of niddy noddy, I used a giant Tupperware to wind the yarn around. So I've grown a lot over the years. What's really cool is that the pink and orange section seems almost like a solid, especially from far away, just because it's the color, the tonal difference between the two is a lot more subtle. But I really like this yarn. This was a really fun way to do it. Because I found the one issue that I've had with doing my hand spun yarns is that I would always be just shy on the yardage for something that I wanted to make with it. Because there's a cowl pattern that I really wanted to make, but I just didn't quite have enough yardage, and so that was always frustrating. So I was always like focusing on, okay, what can I do to get the yardage that I need? But check it out. What, laughing hard at me pushing? Trying to back up from the wheel on camera. Hey, I'm really, really glad that I can provide entertainment. You know, it's funny because I didn't realize that I had a lot of people telling me that they loved my videos and stuff, but I wasn't always filming more videos because I was like, unless I was going to do something really drastically different, I wasn't sure if people would want to watch. But then, you know, I realized how many questions I was getting for something that was, you know, only a slight variation. And then when people said that they were binge watching me, I was like, oh, well, I enjoy making these videos, so if people will watch them, then yeah, I'll make more videos. And so here we are, and it's, well, becoming a nice thing. So I am just having so much fun. And okay, I need scissors again, because what I like to do is I'll clip my leader and then tape the leader to the end. But look at these colors. So it is, you know, a nice asymmetric shift from, so we've got the blue and the pink, and then the orange and the pink, and then we've got blue and orange at the other end. And I just think that this is so cool. Oh, hi, Indy. Going to his bed. I haven't spun a yarn quite like this before, and I had this idea and I'm so glad that it worked. I'm gonna have to do this again. I know, I think one of the hard things about spinning, especially when you have a plan like this, is it gets hidden on the bobbin, so then you can't see it until you finish. I'll take some tomorrow when we've got good natural light again. I'll take some more pictures. But I guess that means I won't wet it right now. Well, all right, the bathtub where I use as my drying spot is the one that has the frozen drain. And we're gonna get sub-zero temperatures tomorrow. I've had the space heater in that bathroom all day, which was handy when I was snow dyeing because then it made the snow melt faster. But that drain still hasn't thawed, which means I can't set up the drying rack in the bathtub. So yeah, these are slab house, New England cold winter problems. But this is so pretty and I'm so excited. The snow day, I had some sock blanks that I was hoping to ship out tomorrow, but depending on if the roads get clear, I was going to print out the shipping labels today, but I didn't because I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to the post office tomorrow. But hopefully, well, definitely next week I should be able to ship this out to Marjorie. And let us know the yardage. Oh, okay. Well, let's see. So I realized that when I've been calculating my yardage, I'm underestimating it because this is approximately a 4-yard skein. But I realized when I was winding mini skeins that if I measured on a yardstick versus measuring on here, that one full wrap is probably a few inches over 4 feet. But let's see. 2, 4, 6, 8. This is riveting television. 2, 4. Okay, so about 95 wraps. And then, so 95 wraps. So, yeah, around 126 yards. How does it feel having 50 people watch me count? I know, I'm like, okay, this is riveting. Okay, so around like 126, 130 yards. You're counting along. You guys are awesome. Okay, you just wanted to see me count. Okay, I think my favorite comment of the night is, shh, she's counting. Ooh, maybe I should get like a text to speech and like have an earpiece so that way I can hear the texts read to me as I'm going. The light's really bright right now, so I don't think you can see quite how red my face is becoming. I am, I blush easily, and my hair is darker than it used to be, but I am technically a redhead, so, oh, yay, congratulations on your wheel. I'm so, yeah, having the wheel has been just like really, really nice. And that's still attached. I always make sure to leave one of these in my kit because I wouldn't want to break it off. I still need to pull out my Lazy Kate. Maybe one of my next projects will be aiming for more lace weight and then doing a 3-ply yarn and combining the two. I guess I don't quite know what that is, but yeah, the PVC. I next need to make a PVC. I want to make a PVC pipe warp board, so that way I can do a bunch of mini skeins. So that way I can wind mini skeins to like do self-striping yarns, because I know that's been something that you guys have wanted to see. And oh, I can show you. So I have this tool thing, because someone on Ravelry said that they used a crank I-cord maker and then made mini skeins out of the I-cord to do self-striping yarn. I was like, oh, that's great. However, like after a whole movie, I didn't even get halfway through. Oh, I'm really overexposed. I didn't even get halfway through the skein of yarn. And this thing can't take worsted weight. It has to be fingering weight. It gets clogged with worsted. So there's that. But I am going to try that. And I am eventually going to do a video trying to do self-striping yarn from an I-cord. That's a plan. It's just I have to have some time to just sit and crank. Now the nice thing is that the I-cord maker isn't as loud as the Singer Kids knitting machine that I use when I make my own blanks. But I do have the new Singer machine that has feet that's also supposedly a little quieter, so I plan to try that out at some point soon. Yeah, oh, so the Babe, I've never heard of a Babe wheel, but it's made out of PVC. So like, I mean, is that something that you made yourself? I've seen, someone sent me today a picture of a PVC pipe yarn Swift that was amazing. Oh, the new Singer is quiet? That's good, because the other Singer, I always felt guilty if I was watching a movie or something with someone, because it's loud. Otherwise, like if it's not that loud, then I should do like a ask me anything while I crank out a blank or something. But I will do a review of the new machine. And yeah, I have to dye some more roving to plan out some spinning projects for this year. Maybe it's a commercially made wheel. I'll have to look into that. I'll need to, well, I guess I shouldn't really dye any roving for myself until I finished up the Dye Pot Weekly sponsored videos. But then after that, I'll plan to dye some roving for myself. And then I will do some experimentation. It took you about 50 minutes to crank 120 grams. So I think I forget if it took 22, it was certainly under 30 minutes for me to do 100 grams of the worsted weight yarn, which was 220 yards. Because I timed it, because I thought that maybe I would offer like a gradient, a dip dyed gradient from one of the blanks as a Kickstarter reward, and then I realized there's no way I could commercially crank them out. Oh, it was a double-stranded. Yeah, so I'm gonna make my own double-stranded blanks, and in the next sock blank special that I do, I want to do a mixture of commercial blanks and ones that I've done myself. Wow, 2:20 a.m. Yeah, it's only 9:13 here. So I don't know why when I schedule a live stream and it shows up, I'm on Eastern time and I enter the time in from my time zone, but it then displays the time as Pacific time on there. And so, but also on the channel page, it didn't exactly say that it was Pacific time. It just said, that this live stream was going to start at 5 p.m., which, it was 8 p.m. Eastern time. So the same thing, but it didn't really indicate the time zone. But I just set up the channel, I think, yesterday or something, to have upcoming scheduled live streams at the top of the page. So that way you can see when they're going to happen. Oh, what? Wait, so from when you were in 3rd grade, you have a knitting machine. So that must be, I'm assuming 3rd grade was a while ago. Yeah, but exactly, the, $20 to $30 kids crank machines. I mean, the Addy turbos are very attractive, but they're a lot more expensive, and it's hard to justify as like a hobby expense. But anyway, thank you guys so much for sticking with me for this whole Spin into Gold session. And especially thank you to Marjorie for doing the Spin into Gold sponsorship and, choosing this yarn that I would create for you. I can't wait to finish it up. Hopefully soon I'll figure out a place for it to dry. since my normal drying spot is out of commission. But I can't wait to get this to you, and I hope that you will love the yarn as much as I do. And again, this was a stroll roving base, which I got from Knit Picks. My affiliate link is in the comments, and so if you want me to be an enabler and encourage you to buy some of your own bare yarn and roving to dye along with me, you will also at the same time be supporting ChemKnits. But whenever I share a sale or anything, it doesn't have, you never have to use my affiliate links. I just then get credit for the referral. But eek, this is so pretty. Oh, I don't know if this was yours. I always want to make cowls with hand spun yarn. Like I want to have it around my neck and feel how soft it is. But anyway, thank you so much for joining in. I had a blast. You guys were really engaging tonight, and that makes it so much fun. And I'm glad that I was able to do an evening session. Oh gosh, go call your grandma. But thank you so much for sticking in for the entire thing. Yeah, I had a blast. Yeah, make sure you guys all stay warm, stay safe. And if you have a snow day tomorrow, like we do, I hope that you enjoy it. Good night, everyone.